As a self-taught trader, there was a point whereby every single thing felt 100% confusing in the forex market. Like basically, I couldn't understand any single thing from the fundamental details to the technical analysis and everything. But luckily, it got to a point whereby everything became easier, and that is when I actually found out my perfect trading strategy. What I mean by my perfect trading strategy is basically a trading strategy that actually fits my personality, and that is known as the break and retest strategy. And in this video, I'm going to share with you every single thing you need to know about this strategy and how you can also trade it profitably. So guys, before we get on to the main tutorial, let's give a big shout out to our sponsor for today. So our sponsor for today is actually Light Finance. Now Light Finance is a very reliable broker that I personally use as well, and they've been in the game for over 20 years. That alone should tell you how successful they are and how transparent they are with their users. Now on Light Finance here, they support a lot of trading platforms. They support over 600 plus trading assets from Forex, stock, indices, and commodities, so forth. And one thing I love about Light Finance is that what you don't have to be a profitable trader to be profitable on this platform. Why? Because they offer what we call copy trading. Now with copy trading, you can actually copy other profitable traders, because Light Finance actually show you other profitable traders on their platform, so you can just copy those traders trade. Whenever they take a trade, you just copy their trade and then you just sit back and receive profit automatically. However, if those people are recording losses, you will also record losses as well, and you will not record losses exceeding whatever thing that you budgeted for that particular trade. So guys, if you are interested, make sure to use the link that will be available in this video description and probably in the pinned comment as well. So with this said, remember to use Light Finance. I personally use them, so why not? Now let's get down to business. So guys, now we are back on the chart after everything. So now let's actually do our first analytics. Now here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do two analytics using a buy replace system. Then after that, we'll go over to the real market, the current date, and then do analytics together as well. So here I'm on USD JPY, which is a market I don't really trade frequently, because I trade more of GBP pairs, but since I picked USD JPY, we go with that. So looking at USD JPY right now, and we are on the daily time frame. So when I'm doing my analytics, I start from the daily 4-hour, then I go over to the 1-hour time frame. Those are the three time frames that I actually use, and at times I go down to the 15-minute as well to go look out for market shift and other form of changes. Now the first thing I'm going to do here is simply, we are on the daily time frame. So here is the daily resistance level. Here is it right here. We are going to mark it out. We have it as a daily resistance, and then we have this part here as a daily support. Now we have the daily support and then the daily resistance, and here there will be two options for us to actually trade from. Now option one is simply, if this market tests here and then drops, then we can actually take a sell as well. But if the market breaks out of it, then we'll look forward for a buy. But we can't judge yet, so we'll drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame here, we can clearly see that what the market is actually buying from this support level right here. You can see market is buying from this support, and if we try to sell it, it might be a bit risky. So basically what we are going to wait for is simply, we are going to wait for this market to actually break above this resistance level right here. So I'm going to wait for the market to break above this daily high, which is also the 4-hour area of resistance. Now after the market breakout, then we are going to look for a retest, then we'll take our buy. So now let's just play it and then see what happens. Here's a 4-hour time frame. So I usually wait for the 4-hour time frame to break out before I drop down to the 1-hour time frame to go look for trading opportunities. So now let's play it and see how it goes. Okay, you can see that what market just broke out of the level right here. You can see there's a quick spike above, and now it has come back to retest. Now it came back to retest. Now here's one mistake a lot of you actually make when you are trading break and retest. A lot of when you are trading break and retest, immediately you see the breakout like this, you rush to go in, and that is a mistake number one you shouldn't make. When trading break and retest and the market just breaks out, don't rush to go in. Wait for the market to reverse back first before you actually go in. Now when the market reverses back and they break below the area like this, it doesn't mean the area is no longer valid for you to trade from. It's still 100% valid to trade from, provided that what the market gives you a confirmation candle afterwards. Now the truth is that what you see, the market understands that behind this area like this, immediately the market breaks out, there will be a lot of traders that are forcing to take buys immediately. So the system understands that. So that's why I see that at times when the market returns on a pullback like this, it actually goes below the actual level here, which is the actual area, so that it can sweep out any form of stop losses that are sitting behind here. That's why you need to wait for a retest before you actually go in. So now basically we have the retest. So now let me reduce the speed, and then the next thing we're waiting for right now is the confirmation, and for that to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, we are now looking for a confirmation. Now let's see if we get the close outside. So now what we need is simply a close outside the level that we just drew. Okay, reversing back. So basically we are waiting for a candle to close at the front above the level right there. Okay, now we've gotten a 1 hour candle successfully closed above the high right here. So this place has been swept, and this low here has been swept off, and we've gotten a bullish close outside. So we didn't see this bearish close by the time the bullish close got formed. So basically we don't know about that, so we'll take our entry from the close of this bullish candle. Now once we take our entry there, we'll keep our stop loss right behind the level here right now. Now if you need extra, like you are scared, you need extra leverage and things to maintain your stop loss, then you can keep it below the recent low. But for me, I usually just keep it behind the level like this. Since this low has been swept already, it's less likely that the market is going to come here. And from here, you can target a 1:2 and above, depending on what you actually want. So now let's just play it and see. Let me just target the recent high, because when trading this system, the most important thing to do is simply just targeting the recent highs. That is the best thing that you can actually do. So now let's play it and see what happens from here. Okay, so let me just increase the speed and let's see if it goes up or down. Okay, so you can see market just smashed the 1:2 successfully. Now I have this 1:2 smash now. Now remember that this is a break and retest system. Now we've gotten a break out of the level. We've taken our entry after a bullish confirmation was formed on the reversal. Now the next thing we need from here is basically, but before I do that, let me give you a quick breakdown of what we just did. Number one, we went on the daily time frame and identified the recent daily highest point. And after marking the recent daily highest point, we also got the recent daily lowest point. Now after that, we made sure that the market actually swept the high, which is by breaking above it on the 4 hour time frame. Then we sat back and wait for the 4 hour time frame to reverse back in again. After it reversed in, then we went down to the 1 hour time frame to go look for a bullish confirmation. And now we just got the bullish confirmation that we need, and we went in, kept our stop loss behind the level, and we just wait for it to actually trade to our direction. Now whilst marking your key levels, one thing I advise is simply, you see any level that you'll be planning to trade from, don't just mark it with a line, but use a chip like this. You can see that I added the line to mark the level on the daily time frame, but when it got to the time where I was looking for my entry, I had to use a level to actually draw out a full level. This one actually gives you enough room to set your stop loss and every single thing. When you use a single line, it's kind of unpredictable when it comes to setting up the stop loss. So that's my advice for you. So now that we've gotten the breakout, now you can see that this level here is now known as a support level. After you've gotten a breakout from an area like this, this area automatically turns into a support. So now that it turns into a support, what do you do? Well, you can wait for market to retrace back into it and then look for another buying opportunity and pick up from there. Now, as I said, I'll be giving you just one examples, but if I want to take more trade, I can just play it and then wait for the pullback, because obviously the market is still going to pull back. It's still going to pull back, as you can see. Now once it pulls back here, I can wait for another close outside and then I go long again. Okay, I got the close right there, and then I can go long from here again, still targeting this high here. Now you can see this time around I did not quite get the 1:2. If I'm to get the 1:2, then I have to extend this. But then our main trade has actually played out. This is more like a follow-up trade. And you see this one too is just ranging there, because there is a high here, so I'm not sure it will be able to break this high to go and smash or take profit, but it eventually did, as you can see. As you can see, after holding it for a bit longer period, well, the market actually went to smash the 1:2 as well at the end of the day. So basically, I really love trading break and retest because it's kind of very easy and straightforward to trade as compared to any other strategy out there. Now let's also go and do some combined analytics in my trading charts. So now let me come back to trading view. Now you can see here is a trade I took yesterday on German 40. So this particular strategy doesn't just work on forex pairs alone. It works on indices, commodities, crypto, any single place, because support and resistance is basically what actually drives the whole trading market. So if you know how to use it well, you surely be profitable with it. Now you can see for this one here, I waited for the market to so the market broke below this low here. Immediately broke below this low, then I waited for a retest. So you can see the market came back here to retest, and they gave me this bearish close. Immediately gave me the bearish close. I just went in immediately with my stop loss as usual just behind the level, and then I marked this other level. You can see this another level that the market broke out, came back to retest and bought from. So I marked it down, knowing fully well that if the market gets here, it might reverse, and the market came in, tapped into it before I started trading back upward, and at that point that's where I actually set my take profit. So basically, when it comes to setting your take profit when you're trading break and retest, the rule is always keep it at the nearest key level. So for this one here, you can see that this is the nearest support level, so I kept my take profit there. Now if I should come to this other trade, you can see I kept our take profit here because this is the nearest high available, the nearest high that the market just created. And for this one here, you see that what here should have been our actual take profit at a 1:2, but then we did not take profit there. We basically, because on here we did not get exactly 1:2. So you can see that the market got to this level and it sold downwards, and you can see from here that it sold downwards. Anything is possible. It can come back to smash my SL. That's why it's always advisable you put your take profit at the nearest high. Is very important. If the high doesn't give you a 1:2, one of my main advices will be you can let it be and then look for any other trade to take. Now with break and retest, I can fix it with supply and demand, I can fix it with fair value gaps, I can fix it with Fibonacci retracement, different things. Why? Because I've understood the whole broad idea of the break and retest. Now the confluence I use to take my trade depends on me. So if you have any information about any other trading strategy, you can just do a serious backtesting section whereby you try to fuse that strategy with your break and retest and try to adjust things to fit if it actually goes on. Like for me, it took me close to a year of steady back testing and then trading in the Forex market live, blowing up so many accounts to be able to arrive at this particular point. So guys, this is basically all I have for you in this video. However, I'll still like to let you know that what if you are a trader without a mentor, just stay still, be 100% serious about your trading, focus on the positive side of the game, and also know that there are negative side as well, and just take the game and gradually grow, and you actually get to wherever you want. I'm making this series so that we all can actually grow together. Now in case you've not watched any part of this series, this is the first video of this series that you're actually seeing, then I want you to check the video description. And also, so I want to check the video description. I'll be tagging the full playlist. So I'm actually making a full playlist on how to become a profitable trader without a mentor, and this is this the 5th, 6th, maybe 7th episode? I don't really know anymore, but I've recorded a lot of videos. So, and I'll be adding more into that particular playlist to help you all grow as traders, even if you don't have the money to pay for a mentor right now.